Okay, so going ahead and creating a table for y equals 1/2 x plus 4. So again, here's a little trick when you're dealing with fractions like this. If I have a negative 1/2 x, I'll pick values for x that 2 divides into evenly. It just makes this a little bit easier. If you didn't do that, that's fine. But I'm going to pick values or multiples of 2, and the easiest one is just 2. So I'm going to pick negative 2, 0, and 2. And you'll just see when I do this, I get rid of my fractions. So it makes it a little bit easier to graph. So I'm going to write kind of the same table. I'm going to plug in, and then I'm going to see what my y value is, and then what the coordinate or the point is. So if I plug in negative 2 in for x, I have negative 1/2 times negative 2 plus 4. Negative 1/2 times negative 2 is a positive 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. So this is the point negative 2, 5. Plugging in 0 is pretty easy because this goes away and I just have 0 plus 4, which is 4. So this is the point 0, 4. And then for the last point 2, when you plug in a positive 2, you get negative 1/2 times 2 is negative 1. Negative 1 plus 4 is 3. So this is the point 2 comma 3. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can draw this coordinate plane a little bit nicer this time. And I need values, it looks like x values that go to 2 and negative 2. Make sure you remember you label what you're counting by. That's supposed to be a 2. And then my y values need to go up to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm counting by ones all the way around. So let's go ahead and plot these points. I have negative 2, 5 is one of my points. I'll plot that right here. 0, 4, and 2, 3. And then once you've plotted these points, let's draw a line through them. And then put arrows at the end. Oops, it's supposed to be an arrow. There we go. And there is the equation of our line. And this is a negative 1/2, so our line should be decreasing, which it is here. Okay, so that's the first method of graphing using tables, and you can see it can be a little tedious if you graphed every single line this way. So the second method we're going to use is using the intercepts to graph. And the intercepts mean, I'll draw a picture and show you when you have a line. Okay, pretend like that's a straight line. Let's see if I can redo that. Okay, so let's just actually draw a line that looks a little better. So draw that in red. Here is my line that looks a lot better. Okay, so the x-intercept is the point x comma 0, or it's where your line crosses the x-axis. So here's our x-axis. The x-intercept is right here. It's where your line crosses the x-intercept, and you can see why y is 0. You're not up or down anywhere, you're right on the axis. So the y-intercept is the point 0 comma y, or where your line crosses the y-axis. So that would be this point right here. That is the y-intercept. And you can see why x is 0 because you haven't moved right or left any. So if you find these 2 points, and it's pretty easy to find them because you're just plugging in 0 for x or y, then you can graph a straight line because remember you only need 2 points to graph a line. So for example 1, find the x and y intercepts of x minus 2y equals 4 and then graph. So to find the x-intercept, remember that means y is 0. So I'm going to plug in 0 for y and solve for x. And so that makes this really easy because 2 times 0 is 0. You can basically just ignore the term with a y in it and you can solve for x. So you get x minus 0, which is just x. You get x equals 4. So remember, this is a point. The x-intercept is the point. X is 4, y is 0. Okay, let's see if I can do the y-intercept over here as well. So for the y-intercept, same idea, except in this case, we're going to let x be 0 and solve. So when I let x be 0, I have 0 minus 2y, I'll go ahead and write that, equals 4. Okay. So 0 minus 2y is negative 2y equals 4. And then to get y by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. And I get y equals negative 2. So again, this is the point 0, comma, negative 2. So let's go ahead, now that we've found the two intercepts, let's go ahead and graph them. So I need 4 and negative 2. I'm just showing that I'm counting by ones again. So I'm going to plot the point x-intercept 4, 0, which is right here, and y-intercept 0, negative 2. And you see this is much faster once you find the intercepts. And then I just need to draw a line through those 2 points right there. And we have the equation of the line, or excuse me, we have the graph of the equation of the line x minus 2y equals 4. So go ahead and try example 2 and then come back and see if you graphed that one correctly.